Chapter 15. Although it had taken well over an hour to walk to this meeting, he was still early. But Jared had already arrived and made an immediate beeline for him the moment Steve walked through the hotel's large revolving doors. The pair of them looked out of place, surrounded by hordes of average-looking businessmen in expensive dark suits, mostly sat alone, engrossed in either Wall Street Journal or their thoughts. The dull murmur hanging over the room was quickly interrupted by the energetic presence of the American heading towards the Brit. "Hey man, so good to see you again." Jared approached, arms out, bear-hugging Steve like an old friend who had come home after a long time away. It was either a good act at remembering him, or Steve had forgotten more than he thought. Jared came across as sincere, despite being so very American in his OTT-ness for this time of the morning. They exchanged pleasantries, and in doing so, Jared explained that he had arrived early as the ferries from Staten Island were running to time. "So remind me, why are we meeting here? They told me you were staying here at the Hilton." "Right name, wrong place, mate. I'm up near Broadway." Steve doubted the mistake, assuming Jared was playing a little game by arranging things to his own convenience to make sure he wasn't late for a meeting with Tina's envoy. Why risk the rush hour New York traffic which crawled through the center of Manhattan if you didn't have to? He had Jared's card already marked for any repeat in the future. Having talked shop for what seemed like hours, the pair moved on to the arrangements for how the new band was going to be launched in the US. Steve outlined the plan as he understood it. First, they'd hit the big music cities in the Northeast and then countrywide, maybe by next spring. Next spring? No, not next spring. This autumn, Steve, as in right now. Who said anything about next spring? What the fuck is going on? Wow. Jared, I assumed we were planning to do something, down the line. I didn't think we'd execute it right away. The band aren't even here. Not here? They must be, my friend. I've lined up tons of press shit for next week. This was a pre-me to getting on and doing this stuff. You're not in England now. Things are moving quickly, and you need to get them on the phone right now and get their asses to New York today. What is happening? This isn't the plan. The effects of last night's drinks were now kicking in, and Steve began to feel quite queasy. This was unexpected, and he looked like an arse. Did Tina know about it? Who had put these plans in place and not told him other than Jared? He asked Jared if they could relocate to the office and quickly. "Jared, I need to be sure before making these calls. Who came up with this plan?" Their cab crawled towards Midtown. Steve was unsure if he was being set up, had missed something, or if this was a giant cock-up. "I've sorted everything since you said you were coming out. The message I took from it was that the band were coming too. You said we. I thought I'd been clear about things, Steve. I always say we, even when I just mean me. So no, not clear at all. This is an epic cock-up." Steve was pissed off and felt undermined by the misunderstanding. What a total fuck-up, and he didn't trust Jared one bit. Once at the office, he took a room for some privacy to make the calls. He rang Tina, who was fast approaching the end of her workday in London. "It's Steve. Did you know what Jared had planned out here for my bloody band?" "What's up, Steve? A bit hectic for you out there?" "No, it's not hectic, Tina. It's a cluster. It's friggin' disrespectful. I thought I called the shots. Unless you told me something different, the trip was supposed to be about laying the foundations for something next year. I've been here 5 minutes. I'm told that everything is already arranged, and I now need to get my boys out here today." "Okay, Steve, you need to calm down. See this as an opportunity. In this game, you must be able to adapt and think on your feet. You're no good to me if you cave every time one of the pieces move." "An opportunity? Really? An opportunity to fuck everything up more like?" "Okay, Steve, I just told you to calm down. Now get a grip and call your band. If they can be out there ASAP, then great. Go with it. No harm done. If they can't, tell them they have to, and if they still can't, we will talk again. But what about my role? Am I in charge or not, Tina?" "Steve, of course you're in charge. You're in charge until I tell you that you're not. So I suggest you turn this opportunity into what it could be, rather than moan about something it is not. Are we clear, Stephen, or do I have to repeat myself?" She never called him Stephen. No one at work called him Stephen. The conversation was over. At least these instructions were clear. "That's me told, then." The next call was to Seth, the front man of the Cormacs and the go-to guy when there was discussions to be had. Seth was intelligent and fair, the one who made things function where they might go off track. For Steve, speaking to Seth was like talking to a mirror. "You need us there now. Seriously. I know we have passports, but we need to sort the paperwork. I presume we'll be flown business class." "Seth, simple question. Can you get here or not? Tina will sort everything you need, so don't worry about the details. She has contracts for this stuff, and as long as you can get here, we will do the rest. It's a fuck up by me, my fault, but I need your help. Can you just get the boys on a plane?" Please, 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 and of course you'll fly business class. It was easy convincing a group of single young men that they needed to fly business class to America within the next 24 hours, and Seth quickly confirmed that they were good to go. Tomorrow, not today, but the first logistical hurdle was cleared. It had been an unexpectedly hectic first day. Steve was wiped out by jet lag and noticed how quickly he was losing his adrenaline once he hung up his last call back to England. Familiar with the curse of jet lag, Jared proposed they wrap up and meet the next morning. It was going to be a busy few days. Get some sleep. You're going to need your strength with what we have lined up. Steve groaned. So much for his introduction to America. The place was mental.